Hello students, welcome back to Infinite Advan. So today in this particular video we are moving with a new topic and the name of the topic is profit and loss. Okay, these two words are almost common to all the human beings. Okay, everyone know what is profit and what is loss. A child of 5 years he also can say what is profit and what is loss. Profit means in our local language we can say that it is munafa. Okay, in Hindi we can say it is munafa, and loss means what? Loss. Okay, lab or luskan, isn't it? Okay. Okay, so how can we get when we get profit or when we get loss? There are two criteria. Okay, we shall discuss it, and I hope you will also understand it. So try to understand the concept clear, because you have to know, isn't it? How how we can get profit or how can we get a loss? Okay, if you don't know this basic concepts, and in future if you be a businessman, and you may have a loss. Okay, so understand this chapter and this topic carefully. Okay, so here the first thing I have written is CP. CP means what? We will know. The price of an item at which shopkeeper purchases is called its cost price, that is CP. CP means what? Cost price, that is the price at which the shopkeeper purchases. For example, a shopkeeper purchases a book, or suppose this pen. Okay, the shopkeeper purchases this pen with rupees 8. This is the pen. The cost price of this pen is how much? It is rupees 8. Okay, okay, up to this clear. Now the next is SP, means selling price. Okay, the price of an item at which it is sold is known as its selling price, that is SP. Now in earlier case it was CP, cost price, that is the shopkeeper purchases. Okay, this is what shopkeeper purchases, and the SP is what? When it is sold. Okay, so when the shopkeeper purchases this pen, its cost is rupees how much? It is rupees 8, isn't it? Now he sells with rupees 10. The cost of this pen is 10, isn't it? Okay, so he made a profit, isn't it? He made a profit of rupees 2, isn't it? Okay, how we get a profit rupees 2? Will look. Next is what? Gain or profit. Gain means gain or profit are the synonyms of each other. Okay, gain or profit will be how much? Selling price minus cost price. Selling price minus cost price. So our pen, the cost of the selling price of our pen is how much? For example, it was rupees 10. Rupees 10. Now cost price was what? Cost price I told it is rupees 8, isn't it? So it is minus rupees 8. So it is how much? Rupees 2, isn't it? So gain is how much? Gain is rupees 2. Okay, now all the transaction methods, all the transactions are converted into percentage, isn't it? I think you have noticed to get suppose 5% off, 10% off. These are what? These are these actually this percent are amount. Okay, this percent are amount of something. Okay, so now we have came to know how to find out how much we have gained, isn't it? Okay, so what will be the loss? If gain is selling selling price minus cost price, so loss will be what? Loss will be what? When suppose I have bought this pen with rupees 8, isn't it? That is cost price. Cost price is rupees 8. Okay, cost price. Now if I sell this pen with rupees sell means what? SP. If I sell this pen with rupees 5, so in that case CP will be greater than SP, isn't it? CP is greater than SP. At that time we will have a loss. Okay, when we will have a loss? When CP is greater than SP, we have a loss. Up to this clear? When CP is greater than SP, we have a loss, and when SP is greater than CP, okay, when SP is greater than CP, we have a profit. I hope you have understood when we have a loss and when we have a profit. Okay, so here our loss will be what? Loss will be cost price CP minus SP. Okay, okay, so here CP is what? Rupees 8 minus 5 equals rupees how much? 3, isn't it? Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Okay, now look one thing. When we are finding loss, we are subtracting SP from CP, isn't it? But when we have find out there is gain or profit, we are subtracting SP from CP. Okay, and in this case, SP from CP, selling price minus cost price minus selling price, and this is selling price minus cost price. Okay. Okay, now look, all the transactions are converted into percentage. Okay, percentage. Okay, so suppose 40% of 30% of these are what? For example, when you visit a shop and you have seen in a board that is 50% off, that is, this 50% is what? 50% is the amount. Okay, so generally all the transactions and all the profit or loss are converted into percentage. Okay, it is better to say, suppose for example, I have 10%, I have gained 10%, or I have lost 10%, like this, isn't it? Rather than I have lost rupees this, I have gained rupees this. Okay, okay. So now we have to know how to convert this gain or loss into percentage. I hope this is clear to you. Huh? Okay, so gain percent is what? Gain by CP. Okay, gain percent means what? Gain by CP means what? Cost price into 100. Okay, for example, I think you know that marks percentage, how to find out the percentage of marks, isn't it? So it was marks obtained by total marks, isn't it? So you consider here mark obtained is gain, how much you gain, and cost price is what? Cost price is the total marks, isn't it? So into 100, isn't it? So gain percent is gain by CP into hundreds. Okay. So the next is loss. Loss is what? CP minus SP. So loss percent will be same, loss by CP. Okay, I think you have remembered two laws, isn't it? So suppose decreased percent is what? Decrease by original value. So you can consider this also here. Okay, decrease, suppose this is decreased by original value is what? Cost price into 100, and this is increased value, increase into increase divided by cost original value into 100. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Okay, so now let us solve few problems regarding the profit and loss, and I hope you will also understood this and your concepts will be more clear. Okay, so the first question of our exercise 10.3, that is, which is based on profit and loss, is a chair is purchased for rupees 700, okay, and sold for rupees 570. Find the gain or loss percent. Okay, so for finding gain or loss percent, we have to know what is cost price and what is selling price of that particular chair. Okay, so purchased means what? It is cost price, isn't it? Suppose a shopkeeper purchased a chair with rupees 700 and then sold it for, means this is SP, isn't it? This is SP and this is CP. Okay. So we have written solution. Now cost price of chair is rupees 700, then selling price, that is SP, of chair is rupees 570, isn't it? Now by looking we can say that CP is greater than SP, isn't it? So since SP is smaller than CP, so it will be definitely loss, isn't it? Because the shopkeeper had bought something with a large amount and then sell it with a small amount. That means he is getting loss, isn't it? So loss will be CP minus SP. So CP is what? Rupees 700. Cost price is 700, isn't it? And selling price is how much? 570. So 700 minus 570 is rupees 130. Okay, I hope up to this clear. After this, what we have find? We have find out how much loss the shopkeeper got, isn't it? Now we have to convert this 130 into percentage, that is loss percent. As in our question it is asked that find the gain or loss percent. So here first of all we will find the shopkeeper has already lost, isn't it? So we will find loss percent. Okay. So how to find loss percent? It is loss percent. Now loss percent equals loss by CP. Okay, loss is how much? It is 130 by CP is how much? 700 into 100 into 100, then percent sign, isn't it? Now this 20, okay, this 20 with this 20 got cancelled, so left is 130 divided by 7, isn't it? Now 130 divided by 7, this can be converted into the mixed fraction, isn't it? Okay, look, 130 divided by 7, 7 into 1 is 7, isn't it? 7 into 1 is 7, then so left is how much? 6, 0, 7 into 8, 7 into 8 is how much? 56, isn't it? Left is how much? 4, isn't it? So 7, here 7 into its question 18, then the remainder is here, isn't it? So 18 into 4 by 7%. Okay, so write the conclusion line like this. Therefore, loss percent is 18 by 18 into 4 by 7%. I hope this is clear. Okay, let us recall it. What we have done here in the first case, it was given that cost price is given. Cost price means what? With the amount with which a shopkeeper buys. Okay, the cost price is 700, then selling price is how much? 570. So you have written cost price of chair is rupees 700, then selling price is 570. Now by looking we can say that selling price is less than cost price. So this is loss, isn't it? So how much loss? 130 loss, and then we have converted this 130 into percentage. Okay, we have find out the loss percent. So loss percent is loss by CP into 100. So loss is 130 divided by 700 into 100. Then this 20, this 20 got cancelled. Left is 130 divided by 7. Now if we have divided 130 with 7, we can easily that is we can easily convert it into fraction. Okay, that is mixed fraction. I hope this is clear to you, and if you have any doubt in converting this into the converting this mixed fraction, you can write after this. Okay, no problem, and you can look this one also, how to convert a fraction into a mixed fraction. So can we now move to our next question, that is question number 2. Okay, let us move to the next question. So here second question is, a man purchased a sewing machine for rupees 1250. Okay, sewing machine means what? The machine which you see in the trailer. Okay, and spent rupees 250 on its transportation. Okay, now for example, this transportation fees, okay, everyone, I think everyone knows, for a Flipkart takes transport fees, isn't it? Rupees 40. Then Amazon also takes rupees 40, isn't it? This is what? Transportation fees. Transportation fees means what? Suppose you have bought something in Delhi. Okay, now you have to take this in your home, isn't it? So this for example, goods train. Okay, here you have bought a huge amount of clothes, okay, for your cloth store. Now you can't bought this clothes with you with hand, isn't it? So you will have to manage a transport either truck or train. Okay, now you have to give some amount to that truck owner or train, isn't it? This is known as transportation charge. Okay, okay, so here the man purchased sewing machine with worth rupees 1250 and then spent 250 on his transportation, that is from shop. That is from where he had bought this sewing machine to bring it into its home or to its shop, he had spent rupees 250 on his transportation. Okay, this word is very familiar. I hope you could understood. Okay, now he then again sold it for rupees 1600. Okay, now find his profit percent. Okay, now look, now can anyone say what will be the total cost price of the sewing machine? Total cost price of the sewing machine is how much? 1250, isn't it? Now overhead expenses, this overhead expenses means what? Extra expense. Okay, suppose labor expense, then transportation, then storekeeping, all these things are known as overhead expenses. I hope this is clear to you. So overhead expenses in this case it was 1250, isn't it? So we have written overhead expenses 1250. So this cost price plus this overhead expenses makes effective cost price. Okay, that is total cost price. In one word you can say that total cost price. So total cost price is how much? It is CP of the machine plus overhead expenses. So CP is 1250 and cost overhead expense is 250, which when we find the sum it is rupees how much? It is 1,500, isn't it? Okay. Okay. So now again you can look the selling price of the machine, that is selling price. That is selling price means what? The price with which the shopkeeper sold. Okay. So here in the question it is given that selling price, the selling price is how much? Rupees 1600, isn't it? Okay. So we have find out cost price. Cost price is how much? 1,500 and selling price is how much? 1,600. So which one is greater? 1,600 is greater. So we can write since SP is greater than CP. Okay, since SP is greater than CP, therefore it is profit, isn't it? Selling price is greater than cost price. That is, the value with which he sold the sewing machine is greater than the value with which he bought the sewing machine. Okay. So now profit will be what? SP minus CP. Okay. So SP is how much? 1600 minus CP is how much? 1,500. So 1600 minus 1500 is how much? Rupees 100. Okay. Now we have to convert as per we have to convert this into percentage. Okay. As per our questions, it was find the profit percent, isn't it? So we have to convert it into profit percent. So profit percent is profit divided by CP. Profit divided by CP into 100. Okay. So profit here it is 100, isn't it? 100 divided by 1500 into 100. Okay. So these two zero got cancelled with this. So here left 15 and 100. Okay. Now 100 and 15 both can be cancelled with 5. So 5 into 3 is 15 and 5 into 20 is 100, isn't it? 520 is 100. So it is 20/3%. Okay. So now as of earlier we have to convert the again into its mixed fraction, isn't it? So 20 divided by 3 is how much? 6 into 2/3. Let's have a look. 20 divided by 3. 3 into 6 is how much? 18. So left. So 3, 3, 6, 6, 2, 2. I hope this is clear. In this question, one thing was added, that is overhead expenses. Okay, what was overhead expenses? It is in sum total we can say that it is the expense of transportation or labor. For example, when you have to unload something from the truck, you need a labor, isn't it? So the cost of labor, cost of transportation. And then now when you bought something and you have to keep, for example, you don't have any room. Okay, now you have to keep this in somewhere. So this is known as store. You will keep this in the store, isn't it? So the storekeeper will take some prices for him as well as for the store. So all sum total of all the extra expense. Okay, you can say that is extra expense is known as overhead expense. Okay, and this is included in the cost price, isn't it? So now let's move to our next question, that is question number 3. Okay, so here our question number 3 is what? A bit different type of question, and the question is the cost price of 16 articles is equal to the selling price of 12 articles. Okay, now we have to find the gain percent. So now let us do we know what is the cost price of 6 articles? We don't know, so we have considered let the cost price of each article is rupees X. Okay. So now selling price will be what? Selling price of the article or selling price of 12 article will be how much? Okay, look, yeah, if you don't understand this line, let me write another line. Okay, cost price of each article is rupees X, isn't it? So cost price of 16 articles will be how much? CP of 16 articles. Okay, CP of 16 articles will be 16x, isn't it? Cost price of one article is X, therefore cost price of 16 articles will be 16x, isn't it? Now according to question, look, the cost price of 16 articles is equal to the cost price of 12 articles, isn't it? So we can write SP of 12 articles equal to cost price of 16 articles. Up to this clear? Huh? Isn't it? Cost price of 16 articles is 16x. According to question, SP of 12 articles is equal to the cost price of 16 articles. So we have written this line, okay? Equal to rupees 16x. That is, SP of 12 articles is 16x. Okay. Now cost price of 12 articles will be how much? 12x, isn't it? As cost price of one article is how much? Cost price of one article is x. So cost price of 12 articles will be 12x, isn't it? So now look here, SP is what? SP of 12 articles is 16. Rupees 16x, and cost price of 12 articles is how much? 12x. After this clear? Okay. So which one is greater? 16x is greater or 12x is greater? 16x is greater, isn't it? Now 16x is what? Selling price, isn't it? Selling price. So as I have told you earlier that if selling price is greater than the cost price, so it is in the transaction it was gained. Okay, the transaction was a profit one, isn't it? So we have written since selling price is greater than cost price, therefore gain equals SP minus CP. Okay. So what was SP? It was 16, isn't it? Now what was CP? CP is 12. So SP is what? 16 minus 12 equals 4. After this clear? Okay. Now we have to convert it into gain percent. Okay. We'll convert it later. Now again, I hope up to this clear, isn't it? The question was given that the cost price of 16 article is equal to the selling price. মানে কি তা 16টা, suppose 16টা পেনের দাম 16 টাকা. Okay. Now the selling price of 12 pence is also 16. এর মানে তো লাভ করছে না. হ্যাঁ, এখন selling price of 12 pence is 16 and cost price of 16 pen is, look, selling price of 12 pen. Okay. SP of 12 pen equals 16 and cost price of 1 pen, 16 pen equals 16. That means what? This cost price of 1 pen is rupees 1, isn't it? Cost price of 1 pen is rupees 1. Here 12 if we divide 16 with 12, 16 with 12 it will be 1 point something, isn't it? Look, 4.0, 1.3, isn't it? Here selling price is what? Selling price is 1.3, isn't it? And cost price is rupees 1. So which one is greater? Selling SP is greater, isn't it? Thicknen. Very good. Okay, I hope up to this clear. Okay, now let us convert it into percentage. So gain percent is what? Gain. What was gain? The total amount, that is x. Okay, 4x. 4x was gain, isn't it? And that is CP was what? CP was 12x. So 4x divided by 12x into 100. This x got cancelled, x's got cancelled, then 4 into 1. Cancel means what? Gochar, isn't it? Okay. Now 4 into 1 is 4 and 4 into 3 is 12, isn't it? There is cancel, goch. Now numerator into numerator multiply, 1 into 100 is 100, then 3, 100 divided by 3. Okay, so we have converted this 100 divided by 3 into the mixed fraction, which is 33 into 1 by 3%. Up to this clear? Okay. Okay, let's have a look how this 33 by 1 by 3% came. Look, 100 divided by 3. 3 into 3 is 9. 103 into 3 is 9. Then again 1. So 3 this 33, this 1 is here. I hope up to this clear to you. Very good. So we'll write the hence gain is 33 into 1 by 3%. Okay. So the next question, that is question number 4, is exactly same as question number 3. Here 12 articles, it was 12 pence or something like that. Okay, I hope you can do this if you have understood this. Now if you don't understood this, you can rewind the video and hear it again. And again, if you don't understood, you can ask me. I will discuss it in the next class. Okay. So now can we move to our next question, that is question number 4. Okay, let's move to the next question, that is question number 4. This is not a question number 4, as question number 4 was same as question number 3, so I have skipped this. So let's move to question number 5. Here the question number 5 is Parvinder. Oh, it was approximately as my name, isn't it? Parvinder. Parvinder sold a watch at a loss of 5%. If he had sold that watch for rupees 27 more, he would have gained 7%. Find the cost price of the watch. So Parvinder, Parvinder sold a watch at a loss. Okay, their direct loss percent is given, not loss amount is given. Okay. So it is loss is how much? 5%. Okay. Now it is saying that if he had sold that watch for rupees 27 more, for example, he had sold that watch, for example, any amount. Okay. Now if he had sold that watch with 27 more, he would have gained 7%. Okay. Now we have to find the cost price of the watch. This question is a bit different type of questions, and it is the most important questions for your exam. Okay. So do we know what is the cost price of the watch? No, we don't know. So let us consider, let the CP be 100. Okay, now we can find it with X also, because I have shown you in the previous classes. We can find in percentage, we can find, we can consider it is 100 as well as X also, isn't it? In the earlier class I have shown you one example, isn't it? Okay, so we have considered, let the CP be 100. Okay, rupees 100. Now if he had sold at rupees 5% loss, that means 5% of 100, then SP will be what? Rupees 100 minus 5, isn't it? 5% মানে কি? 5% কিতার 5% কস্ট প্রাইসের 5% মানে, তাই 5% অফ 100 করলে কত হয়? 5 হয়। তারপরে ডাইরেক্ট লিখছি 5, তাই SP will be 100 minus 5. Selling price কত? 100 minus 5 করলে কত হয়? 95. Okay, now the next criteria is given that if it is sold at a profit of 7%. Okay, কইছে না he would have gained 7%. Okay, 7% দেখো 7%, তারপরে এখন ও ক্রাইটেরিয়াটা লাগাইছেন, if it is sold at a profit of 7%, then SP will be how much? 100 plus 7% of 100, that is 100 plus 7, it will be rupees 107, isn't it? So increase in actual gain. So what is the total amount it is gained? If it was loss, it is 95, and if it was gained, it is rupees 100. So amount increased is how much? 107 minus 95, that is 12 rupees. 12 it is increased, isn't it? Okay, so now can we write, if gain is rupees 12, then cost price is 100. Means when we have gained rupees 12, when we have gained rupees 12, when we have considered our cost price is 100, mind it. Okay, when we have considered our cost price is 100, we have gained rupees 12, isn't it? So now if gain is rupees 1, then cost price will be what? 100 by 12, isn't it? This is the unitary method. Okay, 100 by 12. Now if gain is rupees 27, then cost price will be what? 100 by 12 into 27. So here we have cancelled, gotcha, finish. It is 12 into 9, 12 into 9 is how much? 225. Up to this clear? Okay, so this is the cost price is how much? 1225. Okay, so why here we have written if gain is rupees 27? Why? Look, if he had sold the watch for rupees 27 more, he would have gained 7%. বুঝছো? So when he had sold the watch with 27, gain 27 rupees 27, then the cost price will be how much? 225. Okay, now if he gained rupees 100, then cost price will be how much? You can find out 100 into 12 into 100. Okay, this is the advantage of the unitary method. Okay, if we find the value of 1, we can find value of 100,000, lakhs, crores. Okay, no problem. So I hope this is clear to you. So today let's end it here, and meet you in the next class. So before that, stay safe, stay blessed. Bye bye, tata.